Okay, so now we have a look. Question 7 is long year. Okay, so before we do this one, just try to memorize our formula. We have ln z is equal to, I can't remember the formula, not this one. Okay, let me see. Okay, this is our formula lah. Ln z will be ln modulus of z plus argument of I argument of z. Okay, so this is when you have when your z is complex number. Okay, when z is your complex number, then you have ln z equal to ln modulus of z plus. Sorry, I does not remember to. 1 minute, record. Okay, so we continue. Okay, ln z plus I argument of z. So for the first one, ln e. So what you have to do is you have to find out e is what? Okay, so the simplest way. So e is 2 point something. Okay, which means you doesn't have your complex number. Your complex number is 0. Sorry. Your complex number is 0. Okay, your complex number is 0. That means it will be something here because it's positive. Okay, you don't have complex number. So it's positive, that means it's here, that means your argument is 0. Okay, for this case, because it's here, so that means your argument is 0 or 2k pi. Okay, 0 or 2k pi. Because if the first round will be 0, and then after turn 1 round will be 2 pi, turn 2 round will be 4 pi, turn 3 round will be 6 pi, and so on. So that means the argument for this case will be 2k pi. Okay, of course, a principal value. If we set principal value, then it's 0. Okay, if we set the argument, you have to write 2k pi. 0 plus 2k pi, that's why it's 2k pi. So that means this one will be ln of e, okay, because it's only e, so the modulus is still e, so ln e plus I of, this one is 2k pi. So ln e will give me 1, and then plus 2k pi I. Okay, just that simple. Okay, so now we have to look for the first second one. I do it here. Ln of 0.8 minus 0.6 I. Okay, we try to find the argument first. So 0.8 is something positive, negative 0.6 will be something negative, so somewhere around here. Okay, so that means I want to find the angle of this one. Okay, the angle of this one, so here will be again this one will be negative 0.6, this one will be 0.8. So if you want to find the argument or the theta, will be tangent inverse, negative, because it's start from the back, so it's negative. Negative tangent inverse of 0. Y divided by 6 lah. Y divided by x lah. 0.6 divided by 0.8. Don't direct use calculator or you take negative 0.6 divided by 0.8. Yes, for this question you are correct, but sometimes it's not necessary. If it is here, then you won't get the negative, but should be negative. I repeat again. Normally what we do, okay, what the student made mistake is they direct that theta is equal to tangent inverse y over x. Yes, the formula is told you this one, okay, tangent inverse of y over x. But this one, okay, not necessary every time we correct. For this case, correct. For this case, correct. Okay, but for this case, not necessary. For this case and this case, not necessary, because what you have, okay, if here what you have is negative x, negative y, but you get positive because negative, negative, you get positive. Okay, but you get positive, but in fact, it should be something starting from here until here. So it should be a negative number. Okay, but you get a positive number. So it should be something wrong lah. Okay, that means when you find the theta, you have to be careful. Okay, cannot just direct simply apply the formula. Okay, it depends on how you on where is the position. Okay, so this one, what is the answer? Sorry, let me get a calculator. Okay, so we continue. So 0.6 divided by 0.8 and then shift tangent inverse answer. Okay, so I get the answer as 0.6435. So this one will be negative 0.6435. So that means this one will be equal to ln of, okay, we have to find out what is the magnitude also lah. Magnitude will be 0.8 square plus 0.6 square and then square root answer. So it will be 1. Okay, 0.8 square plus 0.6 square and then square root answer. So it's ln 1. Ln 1 and then plus, because it's minus, so become minus I of this one, 0.6435. Ln 1 should give you 0, so the answer will be negative 0. Don't forget, don't do like me. Always forget to plus the 2k pi. Okay, so what we have will be sorry, this one I think should be plus minus. Okay, so 0.6435 plus 2k pi I. Okay, so this one will be the answer. Any questions? Have a look. And if possible, you may proceed to the last one first, because the last one, as I see, is a bit different. Okay, but I want you to try first. I mean the C. Okay, so third one. Lama, one doing. 精彩了. Okay, so loan negative EI. So when you try to draw, okay, because now what you have is Z equal to negative, negative E, negative I. What is mean by this? This means this one is negative of cos, okay, because it's negative, so cos negative 1 or cos 1. Cos negative 1 same as cos 1, okay, because cos negative equal to cos positive. Because nothing, that means it's 1, okay, plus I sine 1. So what we have, we know that argument is 1. And then the R is negative 1, okay? But the R can be negative 1. Let me think. R cannot be negative. If negative, then how? If I bring in pi minus 1. Oh, okay, sorry, before that, I want to find the principal value as well. For this one, the principal value is 1. For this one, the principal value is negative 0.6435 I. And then for this one, let me think. The R should be positive, but now it's negative. Then no choice lah, I have to bring in. Okay, so cos 1. So we try cos 1 is what? Cos 1 is negative 0.45. So that means I will have negative 0.4503. And then minus sine 1. okay, minus 0.8415. 8415i. So now, okay, I have to find again the argument and then the modulus. Okay, so that means now it should be somewhere here. Okay, so if I want to find the theta because again is starting from here, so it'll be okay. Because what you found later, what you found will be something here. Okay, so this one, the y here is 0.8415. The x here is 0.5403. So when you will found something like this, but actually should be something like this, plus this one. So should be, sorry, not plus this one, minus this one. So should be negative of pi, whole thing will be pi, minus your this one, minus of tangent, inverse of y, 1,5. Sorry, let me divide by x, 0.5403. So this one will be your theta. Okay, so we try shift tangent of 0.8415 divided by 0.5403. And then pi minus the answer. Pi minus the answer. So it should be negative of 2.1416. Okay, and then don't forget plus 2k pi. Okay, so that means for this case, ln negative ei, it will equal to ln of, okay, the modulus of this one, okay, modulus of this one will be 0.5403 square plus 0.8415 square. And then square root the answer, so I get 1. Okay, so it's ln 1, ln 1 again. Yeah, okay. Ln 1 means it's 0 lah. Ln 1 and then minus of this one. So minus of plus lah. Plus of minus of negative 2.1416. Actually, 1416 is very near to pi lah. Okay, should be something pi lah, but never mind lah. Okay, I'll just proceed with this one. Okay, and then 1416, what else? Plus 2k pi. So that means it will equal to 0 and then, sorry, the I. Okay, so 0 and then negative 2.1416 plus 2k pi I. The principal value will be negative 2.1416. Okay, so will be equal to this one. This one is when pi minus 1. Why pi? Okay, because this one is pi is 3.1415 and so on. Okay, so minus 1, you will get negative 2.1416 and so on. Okay, so this one will be the answer. Have a look. If I proceed to the next question again, this one will be a bit different from the questions that sound, but basically what we want to do is we try to get this one first. We try to get this one, then everything will be settled easily. Okay, so I proceed. Okay, you try to do the question 8 first before I proceed. Okay, so now we'll have a look. Number 8. If theta represent the argument of complex variable, find the image of the region. Okay, under the transformation logic, this one just simple lah. Okay, because we know that the formula is what again? The formula is fz, because according to here is ln z. What is your ln z? Your ln z will be ln of z plus your I argument theta or theta lah, I theta lah. Okay, so that means now your z is between 0 to 3. So that means this one, okay, your u plus iv lah, u plus iv, because this is w lah. Okay, u plus iv. So that means your u is equal to ln z. So ln z is between 2 and 3. So that means your u is between ln 2 and ln 3. Just that simple. And then how about your imaginary number or your v? Your v will be in between pi over 4 and pi over 2. Just that simple. Okay, because the formula is this one. So continue again, try to do the next questions. Okay, so the next questions, try to do the ABC lah. DE, I left it to you. Okay, I do the ADB. Okay, I do the ADB and then CE, I left it to you. Okay, so we'll have a look. Okay, so the first one, cos z equal to 3i. So again, we assume z is x plus iy. If you expand, you will have cos a, cos b, minus sin a, sin b. Okay, so what we do here, okay, we try to compare, but when you see here, okay, you don't have I outside, you have to bring out your I, and then you cannot have I inside. Okay, so what we do here, we will use the formula of this one, in order to change it. Okay, so cos Iy, I will have cos y. So cos x, cos y. Okay, and then this one I can directly bring out sin x, and then sin hyperbolic y. So now we have two sides. One side is this one equal to 0. So cos x, cos y equal to 0. One side is sin x, sin hyperbolic y is -3. So what we see, we have two equations here. Okay, how are we going to choose the equation to start? Normally we start with the 0. Okay, if both sides is 0, then what we do next is we try to start with something that only one side can be 0. For example, the first equation, cos hyperbolic y cannot be 0, then I choose a cos x equal to 0. We choose this type of equation in order to start. Okay, we don't choose both sides can be 0, 1. Okay, so I choose this one. So cos y cannot be 0, so cos x is 0. So it will be, okay, because if you see, the graph of the cos is something like this. Okay, so this one will be pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, and so on. Okay, and then 5 pi over 2, 7 pi over 2. So that means your x will be something 2n 2n plus 1 pi over 2. Okay, there are some people write like this. There are some people write as n pi plus 1 over 2 pi. Okay, up to you lah how to write. So if you have this one, and then you substitute this one into the 2. Okay, so sine x, that means your sine of, sorry, 1 minute. Okay, so that means your sine of 2n plus 1 over 2 pi, and then sine hyperbolic y is equal to -3. So this one, what we give you, this one is -1 out of n. Okay, you can try lah. Sine pi over 2. Okay, we try one by one. Sine pi over 2, I get 1. Okay, sine, let me think. Sine pi over 2, yes. Sine 3 pi over 2, you will get -1. Sine 5 pi over 2, you will get back 1. Okay, so you will get 1, -1, 1, -1, 1, -1. Okay, starting with 1 lah. So that means when your n is 0, you will have 1. When your n is 1, you will have -1 and so on. Okay, so -1 power of n, and then sine hyperbolic y equal to -3. So again, this one, if I move my -1 power of n to the other side, I will have 3 times the -1 power of n plus 1. Okay, so my y will be, I can move out my -1 power of n plus 1, and then sine hyperbolic inverse of 3. Let me see, the answer left like this, or the answer doesn't have the answer. Oh, answer is here. Okay, the answer they left in I lone 3. What is this? Okay, this side correct. This side, how come different? Huh? Let me try shift. Sorry. Sine hyperbolic inverse is only 1.18. Do I left anything? My answer is different from why? Let me check. How come different? This one, question 9A. Okay. Correct? But this one, 3 plus ln 10, 3 plus 10. Oh, okay, never mind. This one no need to just ignore it. You just continue with this one we do already. Okay, they change it to loan, but it's okay. You just leave like that. So that means, okay, now my answer will be, how come they have two answers? Okay, this one is when they make the n is even, then what happened? N is odd, what happened? Never mind. We will just maintain this one. So that means your answer of z will be equal to your x, which is 2n plus 1 divided by 2 pi, and then plus your iy. So I times your -1 power of n plus 1, and then sine hyperbolic inverse of 3. In exam, you just write like this will do already. No need to write as in the answer there. Try to have a look and can proceed to the next one. Okay, I proceed again. Alamak, why not 2n minus 1? 2n minus 1 also can, no problem. Okay, if you want 2n minus 1 or 2n plus 1, up to you. It's the same thing. You mean this question, is it? This one, you want 2n minus 1 or 2n plus 1, up to you. Okay, both also okay. And here always we get negative 1 power of n. Okay, I proceed, yeah? Second, sin z is equal to, I think I need to open a new one. Okay, sin z is equal to I sine hyperbolic 1. So again, I will try to expand this one. So I will have sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Okay, is equal to I sine hyperbolic of 1. Again, same thing. I try to get rid of this one. So it will be sine x cos hyperbolic y, and then plus I cos x sine hyperbolic y. Always the same thing there lah. I sine hyperbolic 1. So quite clear, it will be sine x cos hyperbolic y is 0, and then cos x sine hyperbolic y is sine hyperbolic 1. Okay, so again, I have 1, I have 2. I start with 1 because 1 is something with 0. So from 1, I know that my sine x will be 0. That means my x will be n pi. Okay, and then sub into 2 cos n pi. You will see always the same thing lah. Sine hyperbolic is equal to sine hyperbolic y is equal to sine hyperbolic of 1. Okay, so in other words, cos n pi is negative 1 power of n. So that means y will be negative 1 power of, negative 1 power of n, and then sine hyperbolic inverse of sine hyperbolic 1. So this one will give you 1. So that means you only left negative 1 power of n. So combining your x and y, so that means your z will be equivalent to n pi, and then plus I times negative 1 power of n. Again, the answer might, the answer I forget to, let me see, to n pi, should be n pi plus I. Okay. This one is they try to break it into even and odd. So that's why they have two answers here. But it's okay. You can just left like that. Okay, because if your n is odd even, then you will have 2n pi plus I, which is the first one. If it is even, okay, even, that means your n will be 2n plus 1, and then this one will become negative. So that's why it will become minus of I. Okay, but it's the same thing. Try to have a look, and then next one, I want to proceed to D. C, I left it to you. Okay, try to proceed to E. D, sorry. Okay, this one is D, just very simple. Okay, so you will have E3 cos 1, E3 cos 1, okay, 10 point something, minus E3 sin 1, 16 point something. Okay, so 10 point something minus I times 16 point something. So this one will be your answer. Just very simple. Have a look and proceed to the last questions. I'm not sure. Let me check. Do we have the answer? Do we have the table? I check the past year. 1 minute. Mm, oh, unfortunately, no. I think no any. Let me check again. See whether it's true or not. Got formula list what? Yeah, got give formula, but I'm not sure whether 1 minute. Let me check. Haha, does not have. Yes, does not have. So you have to remember. Okay, you have to remember the sine iy will give you sine hyperbolic y, and then cos iy will give you cos hyperbolic y. This one you have to remember. The formula is not given. So sorry for that. Okay. So last questions. Number 10. Try to have a look. This is a very long questions. Okay, this one they said E C ln Z is principal value of ZC. Okay, so I want to find the principal value of II. So if you compare, that means now your Z is equal to I, your C is also equal to I. So if you want to find the principal value will be E I, okay, and then ln I. Okay, and then how to continue? Okay, so what is the ln I? So it will be something like EI. What is a ln I? Ln I will be ln of modulus of I and then plus I theta. Okay, so what is your Z now is I. So what is I? I is something like this. I is somewhere here. So from here to here is pi over 2. So now you will have E I. I only, that means the magnitude is 1. So ln 1 will be 0. So 0 plus I theta. So I theta is what? Pi over 2. And don't forget to plus 2k pi. So it will become E negative of pi over 2 plus 2k pi. Again lah, your k will be any integer lah. Okay. Negative pi over 2 plus 2k pi. Is I or negative I? I is it? Let me check. Okay, it's okay because they take negative inside. It's okay, you just left like that. Left like this also can, up to you. So this is the answer. Have a look and please ask if you have any questions. Okay. 2 is almost the same. Okay. I will left the 2 to you. Okay, so now you want to have a break for according to your table, according to your timetable, we should have 1 hour break. But is it okay if we continue directly? Maybe I give you 5 minute break before we continue lah. Is it okay? Okay, so maybe we break for 5 minutes, come back 1:10, and then we continue directly lah. Okay. You need how long time to tapao? 5 minutes enough for you to tapao ah? 10 minutes lah, we make it 10 minutes lah. 10 minutes, okay?